The Son of the Richest Man, Season 1, Episode 4. However, now even Ophelia had left him. Brentley lay on his bed, staring blankly at the ceiling. He couldn't find any meaning in his life anymore. Ding! Just then, the sound of a text message notification broke the silence. Brentley blinked in surprise and picked up his phone, giving it a quick glance. When he saw the message, he froze, his face showing utter shock. Your account ending in 6174 has received a deposit of $5 million. Your new balance is $5,025. Brentley quickly sat up, staring at his phone in disbelief. $5 million? This must be some kind of joke. He looked at the message, his mind filled with confusion. Bang! 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 Before Brentley could make sense of the message, there was a sudden, urgent knock on the door. Brentley quickly opened the door after hearing the knock, and standing before him was a middle-aged woman in black stockings, weighing at least 200 pounds. "Landlady, you're here." Brentley was momentarily taken aback, but then greeted her with a forced smile. "Brentley Carter, cut the crap. I called you earlier, and you didn't pick up. Now tell me, when are you going to pay the 3 months rent you owe me?" The middle-aged woman demanded fiercely. Landlady, I get paid in a couple of days. Can you please give me just 2 more days?" Brentley pleaded in a low voice. 2 more days? The landlady scoffed and then shouted, "Brentley, I've already given you enough time because you're a student. You were supposed to pay monthly, and now you're 3 months behind. And you still have the nerve to ask for 2 more days? Have you no shame?" Brentley looked at his landlady with a helpless expression. A week ago, he had spent all his money on a birthday gift for Ophelia, leaving him completely broke and unable to pay the rent. "Landlady, I really don't have any money right now. I promise I'll pay you in 2 days," Brentley said, feeling deeply embarrassed. "I'm not in the mood for your excuses. You either pay me the rent today, or you pack up and leave." The woman's loud voice made the fat on her face shake slightly. Brentley stood there, stunned, unsure of what to do. He really had no money at the moment. Bang! At that moment, the door to the neighboring room swung open. A pretty girl in a black lace nightgown, still groggy from sleep, stepped out and pouted. "What's all the yelling about? Can a person get some sleep around here? Miss Phoebe, I'm so sorry to bother you, but this boy hasn't paid his rent. I'm just here to collect it," the middle-aged woman explained with a fawning smile as soon as she saw the young woman. The girl turned and looked Brentley up and down before softly asking, "How much does he owe you?" "It's not much really, just 3 months' rent, $600, the middle-aged woman replied with a cheerful grin. $600, and you're making such a fuss?" The girl gave a slight, disdainful smile. "It's just that he's been owing it for so long and hasn't paid." The middle-aged woman seemed a bit embarrassed as she explained. "Fine, I'll transfer his rent to you via WeChat in a bit." "Stop shouting here," the girl said coldly, crossing her arms. "Thank you, Miss Phoebe. Thank you," the middle-aged woman responded happily, then turned to Brentley and said, "Boy, you're lucky today. Miss Phoebe is paying your rent. Next time, if you dare to owe me again, see how I'll deal with you." "I'll pay on time next time," Brentley said softly. The middle-aged woman gave Brentley a fierce glare before turning and leaving. Brentley looked up at the girl standing at the door in her nightgown. Although he had lived here for a long time, this was the first time he had observed his beautiful neighbor so closely. Her face was stunningly beautiful, almost breathtaking, with delicate features. Her eyebrows were like ink paintings, her eyes like dark pools, and her lips like cherry blossoms. Perhaps because she had just been resting, her jet black hair was slightly messy. She wore a black lace nightgown that revealed a lot of soft, smooth skin. Her long, beautiful legs were exposed to the air, and her sexy figure was exceptionally eye-catching. "Thank you for what you did just now. Actually, Brentley took a deep breath and spoke softly to the beautiful girl. "No need to thank me. I just spent $600 for some peace and quiet. The beautiful woman interrupted Brentley impatiently. Well, I'll pay you back as soon as I get my paycheck. By the way, your name is... Bang! Before Brentley could finish his sentence, the woman had already walked into her room and shut the door. Brentley stood there awkwardly. Maybe $600 wasn't much to her, but to Brentley, it was a significant amount. Since she clearly didn't want to talk, Brentley quietly closed his door. Ring, ring. Just then, Brentley's phone rang again. He picked it up and answered weakly. Hello? Who is this? Young Master Carter. Did you see the money I transferred to you? The voice of a middle-aged man came through. You transferred money to me? Brentley was taken aback, then suddenly remembered the notification he had seen earlier. That's right. I know you might think I'm a scam, so I transferred some money to prove myself. If you don't believe me, you can check at the bank. The man chuckled. Without thinking twice, Brentley hung up and rushed to the nearest bank with his card. When he saw the number on the ATM screen, he was stunned. The man wasn't joking. There was indeed an extra $5 million in his account. It's real. Facing such an enormous amount of money, Brentley felt like he was dreaming. With a trembling right hand, he took out his phone and dialed the unfamiliar number. Young Master Carter, do you believe me now? The middle-aged man answered quickly, his tone cheerful. Who are you? Why are you giving me so much money? Brentley asked, his voice filled with confusion. Young Master Carter, if you have time, please come to Convergence Edifice 0 in the 27th floor. I will explain everything to you in person, the middle-aged man said slowly. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for episode 5.